हेलो एंड वेलकम टू Hitbullseye. माय नेम इज़ मनीष मित्तल और इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे द फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ मई 2022 के करंट अफेयर्स. So if you are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can receive the notifications of these videos as and when we post them. So in this video we are going to be discussing about some important issues जो कि पिछले एक हफ्ते में जो भी important developments हुई हैं, we will be having a look at that. So briefly if we take a look, these are all the topics that we are going to discuss. For example, starting with the first one. So there are persons which have been in news like Deepika Padukone. So Deepika Padukone has been making news in the last week because she has been chosen as a jury member of one of the most prestigious film awards of the world, the Cannes Film Festival. So that is why we will discuss that. Then World Bank has agreed to provide assistance to India for Mission Karmayogi. Mission Karmayogi is a mission for improving the capacities of the Indian civil servants, and for that World Bank has agreed to provide assistance. We will see what is the tune of that assistance and what is Mission Karmayogi in detail. Next, Mr. Emmanuel Macron. So Mr. Emmanuel Macron has been in news for two reasons. One, because he has been re-elected as the President of France, and second, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a visit to France in his European tour. So Emmanuel Macron we will discuss. Next is the Whitley Gold Award. ये थोड़ा सा it's a kind of an unconventional award, so we will see what is Whitley Gold Award given for and who is the winner of this award. Next, 8 Wonders of SCO 2022. So Shanghai Cooperation Organization is an international grouping. तो 8 वंडर्स ऑफ SCO डेजिग्नेट किए गए हैं, जिनमें एक इंडिया का भी मॉन्यूमेंट शामिल है. सो वी विल सी विच इंडियन मॉन्यूमेंट हैज मेड इट टू द 8 वंडर्स ऑफ SCO लिस्ट. नेक्स्ट, इंडियाज फर्स्ट open for all digital ecosystem for MSMEs, that is micro, small and medium enterprises. So we will see which bank or which financial institution has issued India's first open for all digital ecosystem. Next, International Labour Day was celebrated on 1st of May 2022. So we will see ये दिन कब मनाना शुरू किया गया इंटरनेशनली भी और इंडिया में भी. Mr. Ardeshir B.K. Dubhash has been in news. A bit unconventional name, but a very significant achievement. So we will see what his achievement is. And finally, Mr. Vijay Sampla, who is a former union minister and a BJP leader. He has been appointed as the head of a constitutional body. We will see which constitutional body and the duties and responsibilities of that office. So without wasting any time, let's start to have a look at all these news. सबसे पहली न्यूज़ है दीपिका पादुकोण. So Deepika Padukone has been selected as a jury member. Of course, she needs no introduction. She is a Bollywood actress, and before becoming a Bollywood actress, she was a badminton player, national level badminton player, and she is the daughter of the renowned Indian badminton player Prakash Padukone. So she will grace the Cannes Film Festival as a member of the jury, which is one of the most significant honors to be conferred on any Indian film personality. हम देखेंगे कि कौन से वो इंडियन फिल्म एक्टर्स या इंडियन फिल्म पर्सनालिटीज़ हैं जो आज तक कांस फिल्म फेस्टिवल के जूरी मेंबर्स रह चुके हैं. So on the Cannes Film Festival this year, which is the 75th Cannes Film Festival, she is among one of the jury members. She has been the brand ambassador of the beauty brand L'Oreal as well, which is another fodder for examination point of view. तो ये वाला जो फिल्म फेस्टिवल है, इसमें जूरी के जो हेड हैं, that is French actor Vincent Lindon, and Deepika Padukone is one of the members at the jury. She has become a part of a select group. तो इससे पहले कोई और भी इंडियंस हैं जो कांस फिल्म फेस्टिवल में जूरी मेंबर्स रह चुके हैं. They are शर्मिला टैगोर, Nandita Das, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan and Vidya Balan, all 4 female actors of the Indian cinema. They have been on the jury of the Cannes Film Festival. So she is the 5th woman actor to be on the jury, which is a significant honor for Indian cinema as well. Next, World Bank assistance for Mission Karmayogi. Now, what is Mission Karmayogi? Basically, this mission was launched by the government of India to promote the capacities and to promote, you can say, the output and work ethic among the Indian civil servants. So it not only includes the IAS and IPS and PCS officers, it also includes all the group A, B, C employees of the government of the union as well as the government of the states. So the World Bank has now approved an assistance of 47 million US dollars to support Mission Karmayogi, which is a program to build civil service capacity. Now, how do we build civil service capacity? That also we will have a look at. So the bank's financing aims to support. So what is the bank's financing for? What are we getting these $47 million for? It aims to support the government's objective of enhancing the functional and behavioral competencies of 4 million civil servants. So there are about 40 lakh civil servants in India in total, and to improve their functional and behavioral competencies, this money is going to be spent. So basically, there are 3 components on which this money is going to be spent. Number 1, the development and implementation of competency frameworks. So there are frameworks that have been designed, they are going to be implemented, so money will go towards that end. Secondly, the development of an integrated learning platform. This, of course, is the next logical thing. Integrated learning platform. That means in some ways they will be taught the methods of how to improve their efficiency. It's kind of a training program which will be provided or through a particular platform. It can be an offline platform, it can be an online platform, it can be a hybrid of both, but it has to be a learning platform on which the global best practices will be projected so that the civil servants can learn from them. And thirdly, program monitoring, evaluation and management. This is the third thing that is going to be done. So World Bank assistance for Mission Karmayogi, important from examination point of view. Next, Emmanuel Macron. So this gentleman over here is Mr. Emmanuel Macron. So he has been re-elected as France's president. He has already completed a 5-year term and he has been re-elected for another 5-year term. So now this is something interesting actually. I was when reading this news, I also, this is a fact I did not know. So whenever a French president is elected, he customarily takes his first trip abroad to a neighboring country, Germany. So whenever a French president is elected, he takes his first out-of-country trip to Germany, which is a neighboring country, to mark the country's alliance following many wars. Basically, so many wars have been fought and these countries have been allies. So he will meet there with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Olaf Scholz is the German Chancellor after Ms. Angela Merkel stepped down. So the goal is to end the conflict in Ukraine, which is at the top of their agenda. So 2 and 3 different areas being covered in this news. Mr. Emmanuel Macron elected as the French president, this practice of making the first trip to Germany, and German Chancellor is Mr. Olaf Scholz, and they together will be discussing the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which I think has been more than 2.5 months that Russia invaded Ukraine. So that situation is also going to be discussed. Next, Whitley Gold Award. So Whitley Gold Award has been awarded to snow leopard expert and wildlife conservationist Mr. Charu Dutt Mishra, a very famous name amongst Indian conservationists and wildlife experts. Mr. Charu Dutt Mishra, who has been working relentlessly for the last many years for the preservation of snow leopard. He has been given or awarded with the prestigious Whitley Gold Award for his contribution to involving indigenous communities. This is a very important thing. He has worked on involving the indigenous communities in the conservation and recovery of big cat species in Asia's high mountain ecosystem. So he has worked for involving the indigenous communities for protecting the snow leopard. This is his second Whitley Fund for Nature Award. He got the first in 2005. So he has been awarded already with the same award in 2005, and now he has been awarded again. He is the co-founder of Mysore-based Nature Conservation Foundation. Very, very important this is. So he is the founder of Nature Conservation Foundation, and he is the executive director of Snow Leopard Trust, SLT. And he established India's first community-based initiatives to save snow leopard. Snow leopard, we know, is a critically endangered species, and to save snow leopard, all these initiatives have been taken by Mr. Charudat Mishra. And to honor that, this award has been given to him, not once, but twice. So this is his second award. All these facts are important from the examination point of view. And snow leopard is mostly found in the upper reaches of Himalayas. Next, 8 Wonders of Shanghai Cooperation Organization 2022. Now, some of you must be wondering that 8 wonders we used to talk about in sense of the entire world. So why have these different multilateral groupings started talking about 8 wonders? So it's just a way of expressing, or a way of collaborating on various areas. So Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a multilateral grouping, and it's a way of expanding their ties, like people-to-people exchange, then cultural exchanges. So in this way, they are trying to project 8 important monuments out of the SCO countries, so that people can relate to it, so that people can travel to those locations, and there can be more synergies. So in that context, India's Statue of Unity of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has been included in these 8 wonders of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So India's Statue of Unity has become a part of this list, and Shanghai Cooperation Organization is the organization that is doing it. And if we talk about Shanghai Cooperation Organization, it was started as Shanghai 5, and its member countries include Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, China, Russia, India, Pakistan, and a few months back in 2021, Iran has become its member. So it's a 9-member body now. Earlier it was an 8-member body. And India and Pakistan were included in 2017. So before that, we were not very concerned with what Shanghai Cooperation Organization is doing. But since India has become its member, of course, the importance of Shanghai Cooperation Organization has increased manyfold from Indian perspective. And now that Iran has become a member, this organization more so has started to appear as a anti-US grouping, because we know that the entire world is being under the influence of groupings nowadays, or groupism, so to say. So a grouping that has China, Russia and Iran is something that is considered as a hostile grouping by United States of America. But of course, India is trying to balance both these. India is moving away from the 20th century non-alignment to the 21st century multi-alignment. So this is Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Anyway, so Shanghai Cooperation Organization is the one that has launched this list of 8 monuments. And Statue of Unity, needless to say, is the tallest statue in the world, that of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was the first Home Minister of independent India and is also known as the Iron Man of India, for the reason that he was responsible for integrating more than 500 princely states into India. If not for him, India would have been divided into more than 500 segments as of today. But thanks to him, India is a united country. So this is a 182 meters tall statue, and it is located in Kevadia of Gujarat. So it's a matter of honor for India that this monument has been included in the list. Next, India's first open for all digital ecosystem for micro, small and medium enterprises. Talking about micro, small and medium enterprises, these are the real employment generators of India. These micro, small and medium enterprises operate at a very small level, and the real employment generation happens through these. That is why whenever the economy is in the doldrums, or whenever the government needs to push employment up, it is the MSME sector where government looks at. So in this context, the private sector also keeps playing its role. Now it is the ICICI Bank that has launched this open for all comprehensive digital ecosystem. Now, what is the meaning of it? What does this ecosystem do? Anyone can use the benefits of digital solutions on the InstaBiz app. So there is an app called InstaBiz app, and MSME customers of other banks also can avail a host of services by logging in as guest in the app. So basically an app has been launched. In this app, every type of information and every type of credit lines will be provided to the MSMEs as well as other customers. It provides sanctions of instant and paperless overdraft facility up to rupees 25 lakhs through Insta OD Plus. So basically the biggest problem that MSMEs face is that they are not able to avail instant funds. But through this app, after some documentation, which is not of course a very lengthy or tedious process, it's a very customer friendly process. So after that bit of documentation, MSMEs will be able to get credit up to 25 lakh rupees. So this will solve their liquidation problem, and this will give them enough capital so that they can sustain. So this is an effort to reduce any types of complications in the credit disbursal facility or credit availing facility for the MSMEs. International Labour Day 2022. So on 1st of May every year we celebrate International Labour Day, and as the name itself suggests, it is a day to celebrate or a day to commemorate the contributions of physical labor towards making of the world, or making of the human beings as a developed race, or you can say the contribution of labor in the overall evolution of the society that it is today. So to celebrate that, this day is celebrated, and it is also known as International Workers' Day or May Day. May Day. It started in 1886 when on 1st of May 1886 people in the United States of America started a strike to fix the working duration to a maximum of 8 hours per day. So there was a time in the United States of America and in many other parts of the world as well when workers were made to work for like 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, and workers' rights was not something everybody was talking about. But that was also the time when very prominent thinkers like Karl Marx and others like Mr. Hobsbawm, they were talking about communism and they were working for workers and peasants' rights. So at that time, on 1st of May, this was celebrated as a form of strike by the workers, and they were demanding that not more than 8 hours per day should be fixed for the workers as working hours. Of course, the demand was accepted, and it started to be celebrated as the International Labour Day. In fact, a few days after that, there was a mishappening. There was a blast near Chicago in which many workers were killed as well. So in their memory, this day they started celebrating as the International Labour Day. Talking about India, the first Labour Day in India was celebrated in Madras, which is now known as Chennai. So it was celebrated in India by the Labour Kisan Party of Hindustan. Labour Kisan Party of Hindustan was the one that started celebrating it in India, important fact. And it was celebrated for the first time in 1923. So on May the 1st, 1923, also the time when communism was making inroads into India. Communist Party of India was also active at that time. And it was also the first time when the red flag, which symbolizes Labour Day, was used in India for the first time. So red flag is what communists use as a symbol of communism and as a symbol of their unity, the worker peasants unity. So in the world it was started in 1886, in India in 1923. Important facts to remember. Moving ahead, so Mr. Ardeshir B.K. Dubash, a name not many of us would have heard, but this is a man who has seen 14 presidents of Peru and 15 ambassadors of Peru to India. So Peru is a South American country with its capital as Lima. So Mr. Ardeshir B.K. Dubash is the former honorary consul of Peru. Former honorary consul of Peru in Mumbai, and he has received the Order of Merit in the Diplomatic Service of Peru, Jorge Giorgio Paz Soldan. So this is named after a dignitary of Peru. So this is the Order of Merit in the Diplomatic Service of Peru, the award that he has received. So he was designated as Honorary Consul of Peru on 13th of August 1973, and as his career as the Honorary Consul that spanned for almost 50 years, he has seen 14 different presidents and 15 ambassadors of Peru to India. So for such a distinguished service to Peru, he has been honored with this Order of Merit in Diplomatic Service. Finally, Mr. Vijay Sampla, who is a former Union Minister and is a BJP leader. He has been reappointed. So he was already on the post, but he resigned due to the state elections in Punjab. So he was the chairperson of the National Commission for Scheduled Castes, and now he has been reappointed as the National Commission for Scheduled Caste chairperson. Right, he had resigned in the wake of Punjab elections and he contested the polls, and this appointment has been made by the President Ramnath Kovind. Talking about the National Commission for Scheduled Castes, it is a constitutional body. When we say that a body is a constitutional body, it means that the provision of that body and its composition and the roles and responsibilities of the members and chairperson are mentioned within the constitution itself, and that is true for National Commission for Scheduled Castes as well. Initially it was a combined body, the National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes, but later on it was bifurcated into National Commission for Scheduled Castes and National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. And this committee is generally, although it is not written specifically, but it should be of course headed by the member of the same community or the person of the same community. And this body is kind of a quasi-judicial body that takes up the complaints of alleged discrimination against the scheduled castes by any authority, and the complaints can be directed directly towards the National Commission for Scheduled Castes. At the state level as well, there are state commissions for scheduled castes, and they take up complaints of discrimination against the scheduled castes. And of course, since the president is the appointing authority of the chairperson and the members, every constitutional body submits their annual report to the President of India, who in turn submits it to the Parliament of India, so that all the everything that the commission has done in an entire year is reported to the Parliament. So that is what National Commission for Scheduled Caste is, and you should remember the name of Mr. Vijay Sampla. So this is the photograph of Mr. Vijay Sampla, and that is why he is in news. So that is all for the first week of May 2022. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you liked the information that is shared in this video. All this information, even if you are not preparing for any exam, is highly relevant if you want to be aware of what is happening around you in India and in the world. Because without such kind of awareness, it's not fun to talk to anyone. It's not fun to be around 3 or 4 persons who are talking about something and you have no idea of what's going on there. So awareness of some level of at least these basic facts is something that keeps us abreast of the happenings in India and the world, and that may help us, if not in clearing an exam, in making us a more aware individual. That is all we had to cover in this video. Thank you so much and take care.